In October of 2003, Mark Zuckerberg, a Harvard University student, gets dumped by his girlfriend Erica Albright after a disastrous date at a local bar. Mark is a student who has an egoistic and abrasive personality. One night, he hacks into the databases of various residence halls and downloads pictures and names of female students. He then returns to his dorm room and posts harmful content about Erica on his blog. Later, Mark hacks into the online photo directories of various on-campus organizations and collects photos of women. He creates a website called FaceMash and uploads the photos, inviting users to rank which of the two presented women is the hotter one. Mark's friend Eduardo provides him with a chess player ranking algorithm to score the women, and the website allows male students to choose which of the two presented girls they find more attractive. This entire incident takes place throughout a single night. After Mark's website traffic caused severe damage to Harvard's computer network, he was held responsible for his actions and placed on academic probation for 6 months. The incident also hurt his reputation amongst the female community at Harvard, which caused him to face social isolation and a significant drop in his social status. Zuckerberg's FaceMash gained immense popularity due to its success and the fact that he created it in just one night while under the influence of alcohol. This caught the attention of Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, identical twins that were members of Harvard's rowing team, and their business partner Divya Narendra. Impressed by his skills, Mark was offered a job as a programmer for the Winklevoss twins' website, Harvard Connection. In the early days of social media, Mark Zuckerberg developed an innovative idea for a secure online platform exclusively for Harvard University students. The platform, which he named Facebook, aimed to connect students, facilitate communication, and strengthen their social bonds. Excited about the potential of the idea, Mark then shared it with his friend Eduardo, who was equally impressed and agreed to provide $1,000 in seed funding to help bring the site to life. This initial investment would be instrumental in laying the foundation for what would eventually become one of history's most successful and influential social networks. After completing the website, they shared the link with Eduardo's connections at Phoenix SK Final Club, and it quickly became popular throughout the student body. However, upon learning about Facebook, the Winklevoss twins and Narendra believed that Zuckerberg had stolen their idea and was delaying their website. Cameron and Divya wanted to sue Mark for intellectual property theft, but Tyler convinced them to settle the issue as Harvard gentlemen without legal action. Months after creating Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg attended a lecture by Bill Gates, and while there he met fellow Harvard students Christy Lee and Alice, who introduced him to their friend Eduardo. Impressed by their project, Christy suggested to Mark and Eduardo that they Facebook us. Charmed by the girls' enthusiasm, the boys accepted their invitation to a bar. Mark ran into his ex-girlfriend Erica at the bar, who had no idea about the Facebook because she didn't attend Harvard. Mark felt stung by this encounter and decided to make the site available to more schools. Later, back in Mark's room, Christy, Mark, and Eduardo outlined the company's structure and discussed their plans for the future of Facebook. During the spring of 2004, Facebook's popularity began to surge, and it started expanding to other universities in the northeastern region of the United States. Meanwhile, the Winklevoss twins and Narendra were growing increasingly upset, seeing what they believed to be their idea being developed without their involvement. Tyler declined to take legal action against Facebook, but accused Mark Zuckerberg of violating the Harvard Student Code of Conduct. Using their father's connections, they arranged a meeting with Harvard President Larry Summers, who was dismissive of their claims and saw no potential value in either disciplinary action or a lawsuit against the Facebook website. Christy Lee, who is Eduardo's girlfriend, plays a pivotal role in helping Eduardo and Mark secure a meeting with Sean Parker, one of the co-founders of Napster. The trio meets Parker at a trendy fusion restaurant in New York City amidst the hustle and bustle of the city's vibrant atmosphere. However, Eduardo becomes skeptical of Parker as he has a problematic personal and professional history. But despite it all, Mark is impressed by Parker's similar vision for Facebook. As the meeting continued, Parker suggested that they remove "the" from the Facebook and just call it Facebook, a suggestion that would later be instrumental in the platform's success. During that particular summer, Mark moved the company's base of operations to Palo Alto, California, upon Parker's suggestion, while Eduardo stayed in New York to look for advertising support. When Eduardo visits, he discovers that Parker lives at the house and makes business decisions for Facebook, which leads to a heated argument between Eduardo and Mark. And in retaliation, Eduardo freezes the company's bank account and returns to New York. After he returns, Christy and Eduardo disagree about his Facebook profile, which still lists him as single. In a dramatic turn, Christy makes a startling accusation against Eduardo, claiming that he had been unfaithful to her. Fueled by her anger and jealousy, she then set fire to a scarf that he had given her as a gift. Eduardo frantically attempts to put out the flames, but the damage had already been done. As if that weren't enough, Mark called Eduardo in a rage, demanding to know why the Facebook bank accounts had been frozen, and he also let slip they'd received financial backing from an angel investor through Parker's connections. With all of this happening simultaneously, Eduardo was pushed to his breaking point, and he could no longer tolerate Christie's unfounded accusations and irrational behavior, and their relationship would ultimately come to an end. During their participation in the Henley Royal Regatta in England, the Winklevoss twins were taken aback by the news that Facebook had expanded its reach to several universities in the country. This revelation fueled their outrage, and they finally decided to sue Mark. Meanwhile, Eduardo came across a shocking discovery. The deal he had signed with Parker's investors allowed them to dilute his share of the company from a third to less than 0.1%, while maintaining the ownership percentage of all other parties. Fueled by his anger, he confronted Mark about the newly established office in downtown Los Angeles and vehemently announced his intentions to sue him. Later that evening, Parker and several Facebook interns are arrested for cocaine possession at a party celebrating Facebook's 1 millionth member. It's indicated that Mark had anonymously tipped off the police to search the frat house where the party was being held, and that someone had undoubtedly planted the drugs to arrest Parker and his interns and remove them from Facebook. The movie's final scene is sad, as Mark receives news from a junior lawyer that they will settle with Eduardo instead of going to trial. The lawyer explains that the sordid details of Facebook's founding and Mark's cynical personality would make it highly unlikely for a jury to sympathize with him. The film ends with a heart-wrenching moment where Mark sends a friend request to his former girlfriend Erica on Facebook, a last-ditch attempt to rekindle their relationship. He anxiously refreshes his page every minute, hoping for a never-ending response, which has yet to arrive. The film's final moments are filled with on-screen texts revealing that the Winklevoss twins agreed to settle for a staggering $65 million and signed a non-disclosure agreement. Despite the setback, they competed in the Beijing Olympics, where they rode to a respectable 6th place. After a lengthy legal battle, Eduardo Severin, one of the original co-founders of Facebook, received an unexpected settlement that resulted in his name being put back on the company's masthead. Facebook has become a global phenomenon, with over 500 million users in 207 countries worldwide. The platform's rapid growth has been fueled by its ability to connect people globally in ways never before possible. And Facebook's value skyrocketed to over $25 billion, making it one of the most valuable companies in the world. This success has made Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO and co-founder of Facebook, the youngest self-made billionaire in the world. And Zuckerberg's vision for Facebook transformed how people communicate and share their information. The platform has become essential to modern life, connecting people across cultures and borders. So whether you're a fan of tech history, gripping drama, or compelling character studies, the social network is sure to leave a lasting impression. Be sure to add it to your must-watch list and experience the riveting story of Facebook's origins for yourself. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.